are, and you are not the one thinking the thoughts that you're thinking, yeah? So you might be going and asking, well, Kevin, what do you really mean by that? And what am I going to know about this video? I'm going to explain a series of things. So we got selves within us. We got these voices that, you know, the voice that, like, it's speaking, but no one else can hear besides you. So falls on deaf ears besides yours. Then you go, oh, I don't really know how to really interpret this. What is that? Um, is that a load of pony? What's coming up and what that voice is saying? Some people they're spiraling down might go, I'm tired, I don't know what's happening in my life. For some people, oh, I'm so personal, everything's happening in my life and it's going absolutely great, whatever it may be. And some people just feel like maybe that the stasis point. So you got that low, you get that medium, you get that high, upwards, spiraling type person. And you might fall into one of those categories, or maybe you don't. And then you're asking, well, Kev, so yeah, I do ask my question of who am I, where am I going, what are these voices, what are they trying to tell me? Some are just absolutely keeping my energy down. Cool. Well, how do I really interpret these things? Yeah, that's a great question. How do we interpret these things? Well, did you ever look at like a jar and then you just read the labels and you go, oh, that's the ingredients to the jar. And then you go to yourself, well, how come I haven't done that to my thoughts? Like if I had a menu list for a restaurant and I want to go to the spiraling up restaurant, right? I have the pizza, I have Italian, I have whatever, but then you might have this other thing of like, oh, I have the downward spiral diet of ingredients that will be the spiraling down ones. Then I have the ones that keep me at the same of where I've been at in my life, where I might have just stayed in like the same zone, the sameness, the tiresome zone of what the frick am I doing? Then you got the upper one. So the one people tend to go, wow, I'd love to be able to do that. I'd whatever. Sometimes the thing you've actually done is what you said would have solved everything, right? So then he got this other realm of, well, actually, if I look at the ingredients of this self of me, and I'm like, Kevin, self, what are you talking about? Like, so then what that actually uh, is you got this person that you are, right? You're multiple people or multiple selves within you, the self, the whole self, but there's loads of fragmented selves within an intimate relationship in a public environment, in the worker self, right? The security guard self, the one that says, "What are you doing? Like, are you absolutely loco boco, whatever you want to say, lungo bingo, no say." Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm getting besides the point. Basically, the whole premise here is that now you have the ability right now to label those voices. So something might be coming up with what, either what is he on about? Two is like, yeah, that makes complete sense. Actually, do you know what? I do have these voices that come up and they speak to me, and I've been looking at like, how do I put a name on this? How do I use these? Because like, I have this lot of drama coming up when I'm trying to make these changes, and I just tend to not be able to make them. And then you go, well, I'm not actually just this one voice. I'm loads of different people. Like when I'm in my flow states, I'm flowing. Like it's not this force. Like I have to pull this rock up this tree and get my thing done. No, I'm in this absolute on that wave, get on about it, and I'm getting through my life and I'm doing my thing. And you're in that flow state. So maybe it's in sport, maybe it's in surf, maybe it's in dance, maybe it's in whatever it might be. And then you go, actually, do you know what? Like, if I'm in a flow state, that just means all the energy's going. There's no friction point there, yeah? But when we go to these new things that we're trying to do sometimes, we have those like stoppages, and you might go, well, what actually is that? More than likely, it's not the mechanical thing. It's the psychological things that come before the mechanical that's stopping you to do that. So what that might be is, for most people, public talking or going out and acting or going out and dancing is absolutely one of the most shocking things to the system, that they go, no way, Jose, am I going to do that? Then for some it's like, that's the most exhilarating thing ever. Like, yeah, you get this bit of butterfly feeling. I'm going out on stage, I'm gonna absolutely crush it. Or I don't feel like I'm crushing it, but they've done all the rehearsals, they've done all these things, but they still have those butterflies going out to do that thing. So see how like we have different people that have different frames about the same exact thing. And sometimes it's the frame that you're applying that doesn't actually suit you to where you want to go and to what you want to do. And then you might go, oh, that's actually pretty true. So I have there's people that are doing the things that I want to do. That's basically what you're asking. Because you might be like, well, who am I? Oh, but who is the self in me That's actually what it is. It's who's the self in you with that perspective about that thing. Because it's like you can observe that's happening, but who's the observer of that happening? You get me? So you got this, say, person here, right? And then I can see, and you can see the observing fact that that is the security guard self within you coming up and saying, "Ah, brother, what are you doing?" Okay? But then it's actually that you now have the opportunity to employ an opportunistic lens to the security guard of what if we actually just have a look at see what we can do to make this happen. Okay, what would be a lens that isn't serving me, that I'm using, that I picked up, that keeps me safe and in this thing that actually it's not for me to be here. So you kind of go in this thing of, well, that's not really who I am, because I have something that's really telling me like it's not, and maybe others are saying something about you and it's just not the thing for you, and you're kind of like in this nearly like, what's the word, limbo. Yeah, mental limbo of going around and stopping, starting, going, don't know what's happening. Okay, and then it's like that's the opportunity you have, is the reframe of a situation, because you're seeing someone doing something that you'd like to do, or maybe it's not, but it's really something that caused you to go do that thing, and now you have to just pick up and employ a self of you that you haven't developed to do something of which you haven't done before, but no. But the thing is, you can mentally be the future you now, okay? And by you being the future you now, in your mental capacity and space in your head, you can close your eyes and absolutely imagine all the details of that reality of which you are that person. So if it's the person that posts videos, you imagine you're the person, okay, got the camera, set up the tripod, I put on that video, I started talking about the thing, maybe you got the title written out and you go, that's my base point, I'm just going to start talking and I'm going to go and post, or maybe you're the person that wants to do the online business, maybe you're the person that wants to quit the job, maybe the person that wants to go out and travel but doesn't go, I don't know what to do, I don't want to leave, but then I do want to leave because it's not for me, that's not my environment, but then I want to go and go travel and experience and see all these experiences, and then you go get those experiences and you find all the things that you were really meant to find, but the only reason you got to experience those things is because you actually bit the bullet and went. Yeah, so all these things can definitely come up when we're leaving to new territory, new land, right? So imagine a map that the mapping of your area, your house, whatever. You can really see it, each and every single detail. But now this is a new map that you're going to go across, and well, of course, if I go and take a step out of this zone I'm in, maybe it's the comfort zone, and this self is actually you are bringing the self out, right, to this new comfort zone, or well, this new zone, and maybe a comfort zone in the future because you became familiar with it, but right now it's not. And then you bring it out. So the self, you literally grab its hand and you go, right, we're gonna walk and we're gonna go. So you're the courageous self to come out and say, yeah, I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna go do that thing. And maybe it's like, yeah, I recorded a video for myself and then I post it on YouTube, and I've just literally archived it. I just archived it, or post it on an absolute random account, okay, and then you just let it go, and you're just like, do you know what? I'm gonna commit. I'm literally gonna get the self that doesn't post videos. So the self that does post videos, I'm gonna employ. I'm gonna employ that person in me, and I'm gonna get that person to go and post these videos, and see one meets the other there. So what I want you to know about that is that if you've the energy of this thing, right, you go, right, I literally see this, and then I put the energy, which is I buy into this self, and then by me actionizing the energy of what that self has a description to be doing, and that's their job, is go and post the videos, right, and then it's at the beginner stage, let's just say, and then it goes, then it's only going to level up like a game, right? And you might go, yeah, this is the criteria. I'm going to do a video every single day. Maybe it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, a freaking podcast. It doesn't matter. And you just go. And the whole point of it is that you just do. Okay? And then you're employing this, doing this. So that's an other character trait and other attitude of this that actually helps all the other selves. See that cross-pollination. So imagine, like, if you take care of your sleep, right, in every single part of your life, that really has a splash damage effect, or let's say cross pollination effect to all the other things. It's carryover, like it literally helps everything else, right? And then you go, yeah, my gym performance better, my mental clarity is better, my focus is better, my conversations are better, my attention is so much better. And then you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Actually, it's not just that. That was such a isolated view of something that's going to improve. It was so much more other things, okay? And now you've emerged. Everything's an emergence, really, in life, right? It means basically that imagine that I put out to shake my hand to the universe with an action, with a thing. There's an energy that's going to come back and shake that hand. Now, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real, right? If you're of that sorts, then I would. There's a plethora of questions like that. That actually takes more. That takes a lot of faith to believe in that, right? Like you're actually putting a lot of belief into not believing, right? So you're really sure on not believing, right? So just think how much faith you actually need to not believe, right? And then other things could be like, that inner voice that you have when you go into a room and you know that's actually not the vibe. That's a voice, right? That's a spirit. You didn't see it, but it came to you. So what preceded that? The energy that you got going into that room was the thing that met you to tell you that information. Or someone tells you some bad news, someone tells you some great news, or you have a gut feeling about something. So again, don't be so locked in your views of opportunity with employing these things that maybe not you yet, but you want to be, or things that are you that you need to disown and you need to employ different ones. But again, that's you offering out to the universe, or whatever you'd like to say, a invitation to play. One of the highest forms of intelligence is creativity, right? Or our mental faculties. We've got imagination, we've got vision, we've got intuition, we've got meditating, we've got silence, we've got loads of stuff, right? Imaging, whatever it might be. And you want to really harness those things, okay? And if you really look at some of the freaking most high achieving people, or people that are getting results that you're getting, employ the things that they seem to be doing, okay? Oh yeah, they're consistent, they're persistent, they're disciplined, their self-directed neuroplasticity is off the charts, off the wall. And then you go, well, all right, well, clearly, if my mentor or person I respect is doing this thing, and these are the step-by-step things that they are doing, which is really, we say, the actions. Yeah, go out and post the content. Cool. Go out and post the content. But now here, we actually have an other frame of development, okay? So literally, what does that do? That gamifies the experience of you leveling up. You gamify things, they become a lot more fun and play. You look at children, they're in a play state, they're in a flow state. So the more that you can enter the play and flow state of you employing these selves, so to say, or parts of you, or fragments, parts of you that now will invite other energies to come in, and everything will start to align even more and more and more and more, because you're actually putting then more magnets of the universe to come towards you with the unseen librarian that exists to come out and shake your hand and meet you through the law of polarity, or many other things, right? As this involution is arising, the evolutions, okay, comes out really. And then, so, involution precedes evolution. It's like a prerequisite thing that you go through, which is, as far as you go deep, then there's this other wave that goes back up. So many other things that may come up. Now, one last note, I will just leave you on this after listening to some thought forms here, is that we do have these terminology I only recently learned, which is called an echo wave, right? An echo wave is the old habits, the old selves, the old things that you've lived through and experiences that you may have had that want to come back. They want to grab you and they want to come back to the stasis point, because you might recognize that you've taken yourself out of that comfort zone and you go, hello, I want you back. I want you to come back. Okay, and what that means and what that does is says, hey, I want to cause some drama in you. I want to make you feel a bit discomfort. I want to make you feel a bit of embarrassment. I want to make you feel a bit of awkwardness. I want to make you feel like this isn't right. This isn't the right choice that you did. Then what happens? Ooh, that's the voice that maybe isn't you anymore. So you got to unemploy it. You got to make it obsolete. The way you make that obsolete is by the quality and density of attention that you are applying to the person that you would like to be, and you are now employing of being, because right now, for example, I could say that the employment of the the Kevin expressing himself, right, person, right, who could have done that as mates, his friends, his whatever reference groups, right, but now it's through a medium of what we're on right now, which is the video. And then you might go, well, okay, so Kevin's done that right now. Now, what could I do? Oh, I'm the person that actually goes to the gym now. All right, yeah, that person's in a good nick, and I really like it. All right, so cool. They're living by this philosophy or this thing, and it's working for them. So why not try it for yourself? I mean, it's freaking free, right? And it's just something that the only thing is, it has absolute, again, what we started at, spiral down, stasis, or spiral up. And you're the person that's going to help yourself by taking that responsibility to do that. And then if you need the psychosocial environment, you need the people, okay, freaking awesome, go after it, go get it, right? And there's lots and lots of things that can go on this. If you've got any questions, drop them below. Appreciate you today, and I look forward to expressing more and more of these ideas with you and how they serve myself across this journey of expansion. Okay, so subscribe below, comment any questions, and I hope you have a great day.